welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Helen and I love reading and talking about books, so that's most of the content that you're going to find on my account. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Since it is St. Patrick's Day, I figured why not do my March TBR but make it green themed. So I want to go over these books with you. These are a mixture of fantasy, romance, and fantasy. Yeah. Romantasy has kind of taken over my life the past few weeks, so I'm really not surprised that most of these books are that. And not to bore you to death, because we do have a big old pile here, I'm just going to give you a brief description of what I understood the plot to be for each of these books. So like 1 or 2 sentences, max. I'm gonna try. Okay, first on the list we have I Got Abducted by Aliens and Now I'm Trapped in a Rom-Com by Kimberly Lemming. So this book follows Dorothy, and Dorothy was abducted by aliens and crash lands in a planet full of dinosaurs. There she is saved by 2 other aliens, and she begins to fall in love with both of the aliens while also battling prehistoric creatures and questioning whether or not she should return back to Earth. I love me a good monster romance, so don't judge me, okay? That's why I picked it up. Also, Kimberly has a very funny way of taking weird plot lines and making you laugh out loud while you read them. So if you haven't tried any of her books, don't knock it till you try it. Then next we have Liars and Liaisons. Can we just say how gorgeous this cover is? Because I love everything that is going on here. This book follows Violet, and she ends up kissing a masked man at a political fundraiser. She has no idea who he is until he reveals himself, and it turns out that he is the younger brother to her ex. So then he decides to blackmail her into living in his haunted mansion as revenge. Revenge for what? I don't know, but we're going to read this to find out. That book is part of a series that has like very morally gray characters. They are all standalone books, so even though I have only read up to the 3rd book, I believe, I don't have to read book 4 and 5 before reading book 6, so I do like that. When it comes to standalone series, you will see that I just read them out of order. It's a lot more fun that way. What do you want me to say for myself? Then we have One Last Job by Anise. This book follows Amber, and she's excited to manage a lucrative project with the August Room. However, her enthusiasm fades when she meets Finn, the charming yet frustrating managing director, and as they clash over the project, they also have a very steaming chemistry between each other. So they have to decide, is the romance that they're cultivating worth risking everything that each one of them has worked for? I just gotta say that all these covers are eating right now. I don't know if it's the green. I did paint my nails, and as you can tell, I just did one nail green. Honestly, I feel like I should just did all my nails green, but I don't know if that's gonna be too much green. I might just repaint my nails tonight and just go full throttle all green, because why not? We still have all of March to go. Next we have Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. So this book follows Elowen, and she was actually imprisoned by her father, King Garrick. She is determined to free her dragons because he still has them locked up, and she will do anything to get her vengeance and free her dragons, including teaming up with the ruthless commander Caden. This sounds like it's gonna have a morally gray romance, maybe some war, maybe some fighting, but definitely the dragons is what sold me on this book. You can't go wrong with a book that has dragons. Then we have Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. I've heard that he writes really good stories, and I need to experience them. I did try reading Mistborn, and I'm still working my way through it. The world building in that is intense, but also very detailed, so I have a really good feeling about this one. This is a standalone, so it's not like Mistborn, which is going to take me like 10 books to finish. In this book we follow Tress, and her best friend is lost at sea, so she takes it upon herself to go find her friend. So she embarks on a ship, goes on a journey with pirates towards the deadly Midnight Sea, and that's a very weird name for a sea. But on her way there, she has to forge her own path and confront the sorceress that is actually in charge of her best friend's destiny. Then we have the Sunbearer Trials. So in this book, we actually have a deadly trial that happens every so often for demigods. So they pick 10 demigods, and one of them carries the light to the temple, and then the other one is sacrificed. So Theo is our main character for this book. and he is forced to compete in the Sunbearer trials, which he doesn't want to do, but he is also forced to compete along his ex-best friend. So not only does he have to focus on winning the trials, but he now also has to focus on saving the ones that he loves. I have heard such good things about this book. Every single person that I know who has read it has gave it like 4 or 5 stars, so I have really high hopes for this book here. I believe there is another one that is coming out or has come out. I think that one is a part of a series, but it is book 1. Now we have Night of the Witch, and this is one that I have tried reading before. I did try reading this when I was doing Spooktober and I did like my fall TBR. I got about a chapter into it. Yeah, I literally read chapter 1 and then it just wasn't the right time. I do want to get into this book. I even bought the audiobook. Like, I am committed to reading this book. So I feel like because it's green, I should do it in March. It's also a romantasy. And like I told you guys at the beginning, I am on a romantasies kick, so I feel like this will be perfect for that. So this book follows Fritzy, and Fritzy is a witch, but she's also the only survivor of her entire clan because they were killed by another group of individuals. So she makes it her life mission to seek vengeance for what happened to her clan. So she pretty much starts hunting down the people that killed her entire family. Tell me that doesn't sound good. That sounds so entertaining. I feel like a lot of these books are about vengeance. Hold on. Do I have a type? I think I have a type. Oh my god. What can I say? I like my books a little bloody, a little dirty, a little... Maybe I should stop pulling my head. This is a very popular book talk book, and I truly hope this lives up to the hype for me, which is How Does It Feel by Janine O'Reilly. O'Reilly. Why did I say it like that? The accent. When in doubt, blame the accent, okay? This book follows Callie, and she is a biologist that falls through a fairy portal. She ends up running into a very unhinged Fae prince that believes that she is a secret assassin. So he makes her do these deadly trials to save her own life. So if she can survive the trials and win, then she is free. We don't know what happens if she loses though, so we shall find out. Next, we have This Poison Heart by Kaylin Barron. So this book follows Bree, and she can grow plants with a single touch. Now, they are deadly plants, and she inherits an estate in uptown New York City. Along with the estate, though, comes a lot of secrets that are connected to this estate. So as darkness begins to close in around her, she has to figure out the truth behind her inheritance. This book has a lot of moving pieces, and this is another one that I have not heard one single bad review about this book. I did also buy the audiobook because most of my books, I do consume them as audiobooks. I like to multitask. You will see that as well throughout my channel, that I just love audiobooks. Alright, we are down to the last 3, and they're actually my favorite because they are some of my special editions. So we have Iron Embers. This book follows Ren, and she has spent years seeking vengeance. She is forced into the spotlight when a deadly form of alchemy threatens the mid-realms, and she is forced to take action. She must survive a fatal gauntlet to earn a place at the Drevner Academy and uncover the truth behind this deadly form of alchemy. Honestly, this might be one of the prettiest books that I own. I love the color purple, even though half of my wardrobe is black, but that really doesn't matter. I love the shade of purple that they picked and the green. And look, I wrote a book. I'm kidding. Just because her first name is the same as mine does not mean I'm gonna be obsessing over this author. Absolutely not. Only a total weirdo would do that. Second to last, To Cage a God. This book follows 2 sisters by the name of Galena and Sira who were born as living weapons. They were manufactured at birth and enhanced by ancient gods. Their mother is gone and war is looming, so they must lead a rebellion against a royal family possessed by destructive deities. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've had this book for a long time sitting on my shelf. It is one of the prettiest books that I own, and even though it doesn't have a lot of green going for it, I just feel like this is the month that I should read it, you know? If not, I'm afraid it's gonna sit on my shelf for like another year, and it truly is beautiful. Then last but not least, we have The Night Thieves. And to tell you about the last pick for the month of March, this one actually follows Pen. And Pen is a rich girl, so everybody believes that she has it good in life, but she is actually being locked up by her father, who is waiting to sell her to somebody. Plans change when thieves break into their home and end up kidnapping her. This is another book that I've had for a long time, just marinating on my shelves, but I didn't know until literally 2 seconds ago that this is actually the omnibus copy of this duet, and I do believe it's a duet, it's not a trilogy, and that is so cool. I love when they mix the book as one in like the book box subscription, and this is from Fabled Co. I believe when I had Fabled Co. I don't have Fabled Co. anymore. I don't have the patience to wait for their books to arrive to me. And that is going to be my March TBR. I feel like we have some really strong contenders, especially because there's so much vengeance and war and killing and ruthlessness and unhinged princes in those books that some of them have to be a good time. If you have read any of these books, please let me know in the comments. And I just want to thank you for watching my video and supporting my channel, and I hope that March brings you all the luck in the world.